I never even talked about what I wanted to talk about a minute ago. But I'm so excited. I'm still so excited. It's just, this is such a pivotal time in the evolution of human beings. It's so exciting what's happening. And what's happening currently with the systems. And I mean, we're about to be freed. It's going to be hard on a lot of people. They're going to be devastated there for a minute. But once they see what comes with all of this breaking apart, is just, it's so exciting. So I'm just totally buzzing. I totally get now what that phrase means about the buzzing. A few times where I've been so excited, and it's like, I'm buzzing. And now I get it. Like, yeah, it feels like you're really buzzing. It's super exciting. And anyways, one of the things I had wanted to talk about a little while ago, when I was talking about, healing and people and what they're going through and how we need to share stories and stuff like that. And so everybody has very complex issues, We all have specific things that we're trying to get over. And a lot of people are just trying to get over stuff in this life with no awareness of the stuff they're trying to get over from past lives. So they're carrying heavy burdens and they don't even know, they're carrying a heavy load. And like there's one, it's not the only person, and it goes along with what I have been talking about lately with the energies that communicate with us and stuff. And when if you have no awareness or no abilities to differentiate, if you don't even know you're being communicated with, then you don't understand so many things. So when you're getting the communication, people think, oh, it's coming from inside them. This is who they are. These are their thoughts. This is part of them and stuff like that. They don't have any abilities to understand that it's coming from outside of them. And so there are people who, they tap into dark energy, what people would call demons and evil and devils and all of that energy that, people tap into that energy. That energy is like, I saw a thing the other day that the high frequencies, that on that near-death experience that one guy was talking about, there was a part when he was going that he said that he could hear everyone talking, all of it. And it was like frequencies and stuff. So sometimes I'm beginning to think like these high frequencies is like, this tapping into what's really out there. So anyways, I always do this. So anyways, when people tap in this energy, and they're showing it really good on that show Evil right now, because now she's tapped into that energy. It was for something that she saw as to protect herself, but it was also over the line of needing to go that far. But then once she tapped in to what it takes to do that, tapped into that evil energy, that destructive energy that is everywhere around us, we need it to balance out the good energy. There has to be this balancing. And we need both to play out, to have experience. So, we need to go through bad things so good things can happen. It's like this is the yin and yang. And so, if you tap into it, whether it's, some people do it totally on purpose, like they know what they're doing, but there's other people who just don't have an awareness of what they're doing. But when you tap into it, it can be intoxicating. And so they like it. They like how they feel. They feel powerful. Think about what you've heard some people who are, like people who have done a lot of murders, like serial killers or something. And, they talk about this intoxicating energy. So it is something that makes you feel powerful. Like, how does someone feel powerful by taking someone else's life? Like, to me, that seems like the most heaviest burden to carry, you know? It's horrible. It is such a weird idea to me. So, yeah, when they tap into that, it can be, you know, they like it. They can go back for more and more and more and have no awareness what they're even doing. And so, you know, that energy will promote more crimes. Like, that's where people can get themselves into a whole criminal world. And then you're bringing that energy to you. You're bringing more criminals. You're surrounding yourself. But, you know, if that's what you needed to learn to understand certain concepts, then those are the experiences your soul's going to pull in. But so there's people who totally heavily tap into that energy, and then they, you know, have kids. So, you know, when you think about it, how helpless a child really is. I mean, you can be born to somebody who doesn't want you at all. I mean, that happens. You can be born to somebody who's got so many issues. Sorry, I'm squinting. My eyes are really, really bothering me. And I've noticed that when my eyes, sometimes I'll be thinking, God, how much they're bothering me. And then I'll turn this off and I'll be sitting and doing something else. And I'll realize that I think it's this light, because I have a problem with lights. Sometimes it bothers them more. And I don't know. You know, I've been up for, how many hours is that? 9 hours or something. So I'm definitely, my eyes get super tired. Like, it takes a lot out of them. I was thinking today is kind of like, for my eyesight right now, it's kind of like I see the world as an abstract painting. That's what how I see. It's just like colors and shapes and stuff. It's really hard to see details. And so, you know, if you're somebody who's tapped into that energy and you feed off of it, you know, you're willing to do crimes, you don't have that connection to yourself. You don't have like even when I was going to go get that soapy water to give my brother when he was 2 and I was 3.5 or 4, you know, they were telling me loud, oh, don't do that. Why would you do that? Don't do that. You're going to get in trouble. Why would you want to hurt your little brother? And, you know, I listened. I went and did it. I saw they were right, and I knew they were on my side. So, but, you know, not everybody has that, you know, a distinct team, I guess, that they can hear really well. You know, they're just like, and that's the weird thing about everybody's perception, and everybody's where they are in resonance as a soul, you know, like new souls come in with old souls because there's a learning, like you have to learn from each other. So there is souls that haven't learned a lot of stuff, you know, and they have to go through the experiences to understand stuff. So, you know, and the best thing that an older soul can do is have patience, because, you know, we're all here trying to learn from each other. And if you are here at a time when it seems like, man, people are all so stupid, what the hell's wrong with them? Then it is probably so you can work on your patience and your understanding. There's things in you that you're working on that this stuff is bringing up in you. But so if you're a child and you're born to somebody who is real tapped into that dark energy and is very selfish and stuff, like, you know, and if you're tapping into that energy, then, you know, you don't want to feel bad ever. You don't want to ever deal with stuff, you know, you're willing to do whatever to make things happen the way you want them to happen, so you can be happy all the time. You're willing to throw people under the bus. You're willing to let others be hurt so that you can progress. When you bring that into your child's life, then, you know, there's so many people right now who are like, they just have no identity. They've only been here as a trophy child, a trophy, anyone. And, you know, we play the part too, like being a trophy in someone's life. You're giving up, yourself. You're not defined enough to be sure of yourself and to be confident in standing independent. You know, you have to go through that experience of being on someone's shelf and not mattering, you know, to find that you need to make yourself matter. You need to find yourself. You need to figure yourself out. You need to discover yourself. So, you know, there's a lot of people who, if things aren't in a crisis, they don't know what to do with themselves. There's people who will manufacture crises just because they don't know what else to do. Their life has been one crisis after another. They've been here just, you know, to make somebody feel good. You know, somebody who had a lot of issues and they had to constantly help this person feel better. So, you know, when that happens, it can be a lot to self-discover, you know, like, who am I? If I'm not making you happy, who the hell am I? And, you know, I know people who are going through this. And the whole thing is, you know, you just got to start, right? You know, somebody who likes to sew, you know, you just got to start like picking out the cloth, picking out your pattern, you know, figuring out what is your design. You know, that's how you self-discover. You got to go right down to the basics, the template, and figure yourself out. And don't be ashamed. Who cares if you're, you know, 50, 60, 20, 30? Who cares? Don't put something on age. That's why we got to get away from these number thing, the time, the date, the numbers, all of it doesn't have to do with anything. It is like, it's a way to keep you scared of dying from the very beginning, because you got the little timer that just flipped. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about your age and, you know, what's happening with my body. Well, let's look, you know, all these people, but, you know, all these people came from a very hard time in the world, the Depression, and they, you know, so yeah, they're not going to age the same as somebody who came from this time or this time. So why be your own self? You know, that's what we got to get out of all of this visual confirmation, you know, that helps us define ourselves. No, none of that should define anything about you. Your age shouldn't define you. Your sex, your gender shouldn't define you. It's funny, on applications, what does it say? Your name, your age, your birthday, your sex. It doesn't say your gender. They better catch up with the programs, man, before we cancel them. Anyways, so you know, you've got to go in, and that's why it's so clear what struggles people are having when there's such a loss of even their gender identity. They can't even relate to that part of themselves. They feel foreign in every single way in their own body, you know. So that is where you got to find you in all of the mess that's been created by the world, by parents, by every thing that has happened was meant to tear you down so you could find yourself, because that's the jewel, that's the beauty, that's the pearl inside of your life. And the self-discovery. So, you know, go out and find creating. What do you like to do? What do you like to make? How do you like to spend your time? Get out of this slave mind of, I've got to get here to do this, I got to be there at this time, blah, blah, blah. Get out of that. Get into the time of you. Get into the here and now. Get into the experience of the soul, you know. And the more that you can do that, the more you will find yourself. So if you can spend more time getting to know yourself, and don't see yourself through a partner's eyes, through a child's eyes, through anyone's eyes. Get to know you through your eyes. I didn't like myself at all when all I could see myself was through other people's eyes. I didn't even know myself. I couldn't understand myself. I felt very lost in life, and it was hard. And there was a lot of times I felt very victimized, very abused, very beat down and stuff. but it's very empowering. It seems like it would be just the opposite, to, claim your part in your own abuse. But it's not. It's really empowering. Like, oh, I was doing this and I didn't even realize it. Oh my God. So if I pay attention, then I can stop that from happening. I can take control of my life. I can empower myself. It's wonderful. So yeah, healing and going in and looking at the raw parts of yourself and seeing, your true self, your wounded being that's inside of you. Don't, shove them in the corner and tell them to shut up. Pull them out front center and talk to them and find out. And then when you get back in touch with them, there's this childlike excitement, like, I'm back. I'm back. She found me. I'm here. I'm ready to have fun. And it's, this is a great time in our life. And, the cosmic, the universe is working with you right now. It's doing everything it can to expose you to you, to show you the systems that have been in place to control you and control your mind, to help you break free from this system of enslavement. So it's super exciting times. And, just if you're feeling sad and beat down, just keep coming back and listening to me, because I'm going to keep on trying to build you up. That's all I can say. So have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.